Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to have a brief information about engineering thermodynamics. This is a subject which we are offering for BE mechanical engineering students. This main aim of this subject is to have a brief information about the thermodynamic, the motion of heat. So the meaning of thermodynamics is the motion of heat. In most of the engineering applications, the heat generation and the heat exhaust is one of the main component which we need to be deal with. So it is very essential, starting from a small computer, starting from small cell phones. We have a more amount of heat generation is there. So how to exhaust this heat effectively to the surroundings, and we have to improve the performance of the electronic components. So to study all this information in this subject. So now I am going to the video. So in this subject thermodynamics, so we are going to have a discussion about the first law of thermodynamics. So the energy conversion principles. So in day-to-day life we came across different forms of energy sources, and the one form of energy resources needs to be converted into another form of energy sources for our requirement. For this case, we need to understand how this energy conversion is taking place and how effectively this energy conversion is taking place. This type of information we need to be aware. So for to understanding this, the engineering thermodynamics plays a major role. So this engineering thermodynamics subjects consist of 5 units. In the first unit, it deals with the energy, the first law of thermodynamics, and second unit which deals with the second law of thermodynamics, and third unit it deals with the properties of pure substance, and fourth unit it deals with the properties of ideal and real gases and gas mixtures, and thermodynamic equations used for and the thermodynamic equations. And unit chapter 5 which deals with psychrometry and its applications. So now we are going to the unit 1. So the unit 1, so we are going to have a brief information about the first law of thermodynamics. So what is the meaning of first law of thermodynamics? So first law of thermodynamics gives an information about how the energy conversion is taking place in any thermodynamic systems. So the first unit, the first law of thermodynamics. In this first unit, we are going to discuss about the energy, the various forms of energy, and how this energy conversion is taking place from one form to another form, and so how effectively this energy conversion is taking place. So that is we are dealing with the first unit, first law of thermodynamics. This first law of thermodynamics is applicable for both closed system as well as the open system. So what is the meaning of closed system? Means when there is a series of some changes that is taking place in the system, because of that there will be some heat transfer or maybe work interactions they may be taking place, but there is no mass leaves the boundary. So that is a closed system. And maybe open system means there is a mass is transferring across the boundary, and energy is also energy in the form of work or in the form of heat may be crossing the boundary. So that is called open system. And this concept of first law of thermodynamics, the energy conversion principle applicable for the open system, for the closed system as well as to the open system. So this is regarding we are dealing with the unit 1. In addition to this, we need to understand the basic principles of basic concepts of engineering thermodynamics, starting from the types of thermodynamic systems, process, and path function, point function, and different types of process. All those information we are going to deal in unit 1. In unit 2, so we are going to discuss about how much amount of energy is effectively converted. So for example, in most of the thermodynamic systems, the more amount of heat is lost to the surroundings, because the heat energy is low grade energy. Since it is a low grade energy, so the conversion efficiency is very low when comparing to the other forms of energy. So Moreover, this the loss of heat, loss of the thermal energy to the surroundings is more significant in most of the thermodynamic systems. So hence it is essential to quantify how much amount of energy is destroyed, or how much amount of energy is distracted, or how much amount of energy is lost to the surroundings. It is very essential to quantify these energy losses in thermodynamic systems. So hence we are going to apply this second law of thermodynamics. There is a law of second law of thermodynamics is otherwise called the law of degradation of energy. So second law of thermodynamics we can apply, and we can find out how much amount of energy which is lost to the surroundings. That is called exergy analysis. So based on the entropy principle. And when we come to the third unit, so the third unit we are going to discuss about the properties of pure substance. The pure substance means the substance which is having which retains the same property when it's retrieved back to its initial conditions. For example, water is converted into steam, or water is converted into ice. When it is retrieved back to water, the same properties can be retained. So such type of fluids is called pure fluids. So the properties means we need to calculate the enthalpy, entropy, specific volume. So this under pressure, with reference to pressure, volume, and temperature. So this behavior of pure substance which we are going to do in unit 3. In extension to this, the applications of steam for the various power generation applications, especially for Rankine cycle. The Rankine cycle is one of the very basic fundamental cycle in which the steam is utilized for running the turbine, and from the turbine exhaust it is retrieved back to the condenser, and it will be converted into liquid, and then it is pumped back to the boiler. So this is a basic Rankine cycle, and it is improved with the help of the called reheat cycle. And so before it will be retrieved back to the boiler, water is reheated, and the regenerative type cycle. So regenerative means some amount of heat which is exhaust to the surrounding is retrieved, and it can be regenerated to the system. So such type of cycles we are going to discuss in unit 3. In addition, the binary vapor cycles also we are going to discuss very briefly, but it is not in some because it's not in practical use, because the use of mercury is very costly and it's more expensive. So such type of cycles is just for understanding we can learn. So when we come to the unit 4, so the behavior of the real gas, behavior of the ideal gas. Okay. So in the unit 4 we are going to discuss about the 3 different types of gases: perfect gas, ideal gas, and real gas. So in day-to-day life we are dealing with the different types of gases. So air is one type of gas. So the gas which is exhausted from the engines. So the gas having the which is utilized for our cooking application. Different types of gases we are came across. So where we need to study the characteristics of this type of gases. So it is very essential to understand these thermodynamic variations with pressure, temperature, and volume, and so the different laws, the different gas laws which are utilized for to study the behavior of the gases. So that's also very essential. And in addition to this, some thermodynamic equations which are utilized for analyzing this the entropy variations, that is called TDS equations, and Calcis-Clapeyron equations, Joule-Thomson coefficient, and Maxwell relations. So these type of thermodynamic relations and these type of thermodynamic equations are very essential for solving the properties of gases or maybe fluids. So in unit 5 it is a very interesting topic, psychrometry. The psychrometry is the study of properties of air. So the main purpose of undergoing this psychrometry is to it finds an application in air conditioning, design of cooling towers, and design of drying equipments. It is very essential. And so first we will understand the psychrometric principles. So to understand the behavior of air, or understanding properties of air is very interesting, and also at the same time it is very essential for when you need to design an air conditioning equipment, or if you want to design a cooling tower, or if you want to designing a food processing equipment, or if you want to design a any drying system. So it is very essential. So in this thing we are going to discuss about the properties of air. So properties of air, starting from dry bulb, wet bulb, dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, relative humidity, specific humidity, enthalpy, enthalpy of air, specific volume of air, everything we are going to properties of air. We are going to have a detailed study in this particular chapter. Moreover, we are going to discuss about the what are the applications? What are the applications of this? For example, this psychrometry is applicable for designing and evaporative coolers, cooling towers, and for dehumidification equipments, because the textile industries, the dehumidification is one of the major dehumidification and humidification. And because in south part of India, we are having the most of the 90% of locations in south part of India, we are having the humidity more than 50%. The main reason is because the south part of India is completely covered by coastal area. So because of this, from the Bombay to Calcutta to the down south till Kanyakumari or Trivandrum, so this total area is having this area is having the more humidity, because of normally we have the humidity 50 plus. So in some locations, even in the seashore area, we have the humidity around 80%. So it is very essential to control the humidity for our human comfort, because our human comfort requirement is 50% RH, and for some textile requirements maybe 70-75%. If the humidity is naturally available, it is very good, and there is a reason some typical 70% humidity locations are most suitable for textile applications. So these are gave a brief information about this psychrometry, and in this chapter we are going to have a detailed study about the basic information of psychrometry. So this is the brief information about the subject, engineering thermodynamics. So we'll in further videos I am going to give a brief information, 3 minutes, 4 minutes videos to understand the basic concept of, for example, to understand the concept of the thermodynamic system, to understand the concept of process, what are the different types of process, and so what are the applications, so how to relate the existing relate our engineering thermodynamics to our day-to-day life. So we are going to have a detailed discussion in further videos.